What's good? Welcome to First String Podcast presented by Bet Rivers. Make sure you like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Give us that good thumbs up. Don't forget to tell a friend about First String Podcast. Hit the bell to enable alerts for new content, just like this, right here. On today's episode of First String Podcast.
Nah. Pick.
Huh?
You go ahead and take the night off. Lady A's taking over. It's ladies' night.
Ladies' night.
Yes. Yes, sir. Hey, First String Podcast. It is National Side Piece Day. Got a special show for you today. I'm going to bring in my friend, Coco. Hey, Coco.
Hi, Lady A.
You're taking over today.
Honey, as we should.
Okay. So it is Side Piece Day, okay? February 15th is known as Side Piece Day. You know, you got your boo on the 14th, on the 15th, you're missing.
Gotta go make sure that side piece is okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if your significant other is missing on February 15th, guess what? Side piece day. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's talk about side pieces. So, we got a lot of professional athletes that tend to have side pieces. Things go public. They get them knocked up the whole nine. So I was looking something up, right? Professional athletes have a 70% divorce rate.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting. So some of the reasons for divorces are things like, you know, being away, the travel, you guys are separated, uprooting your home. Like if you get traded, you got to go somewhere else. And then some of them have issues managing money because we know money causes, you know,
a lot of distractions,
a lot of issues.
Yes, honey.
And then stress because they're under a lot of pressure. They're, you know, those interpersonal skills because they're always at, you know, developing their physical skills. So the interpersonal skills kind of push to the side because on the field or on the court, you know, all that.
You have to be.
So also, like when they get injured, they get depressed because now, you know, what I love to do.
You're not playing the game anymore.
Yeah. And then also they want to be the center of attention. That's a factor, which kind of goes into the next factor.
Okay.
A lot of people coming your way, throwing themselves at you, right? Throwing themselves. And then, of course, then we have the ones that are never faithful as a result of. So let's talk about this.
Okay.
Let's talk about some famous side pieces. You know some? Because I know, like, let's pick from Tristan Thompson. Tristan got a lot of people.
Honey.
And he
They're calling him Tristan third trimester Thompson. That says everything I need to know about this individual.
Terrible.
Don't get me wrong. I felt like Chloe was a side piece. Like, honey, like
She was just a famous one. But when they got together, he had someone pregnant, right?
yes,
So
yes.
she was a side piece.
Even when he thought about reconciling with her, he had already gotten somebody pregnant.
Somebody else pregnant.
You're the side. There is no main when it comes to Tristan. It will never be a main. They're all side dishes, honey.
Even her little sister's best friend, who was like a little sister to her, he was like, "Oh, how you doing? You all grown up."
Yes, honey, looking real scrumptious.
Oh, terrible. And she is gorgeous, but still.
Where's the loyalty? Where's the respect?
So
there isn't any because she isn't a main, and that's how he's treating her, like your side, and you need to stay that. I felt like she felt her infamy superseded her side piece-ness, and it does not. Honey, when you're a side piece, you're a side piece. It don't matter how much money you making or not.
So with Tristan, the question is, how does he have time to play sports?
Oh, I was energy. Real inappropriate. Who's to say he's not playing a sport? And I'm being very polite when I say that.
I mean, how do you have the energy to carry on,
honey,
on a professional level? How do you do that?
Some men view effing as sport. Like,
well,
I mean,
he would get a trophy or gold medal for you, sir.
But as far as his basketball skills are concerned, I do feel like the priority is a little backwards,
because that's what we know of him now. We like people are like, oh,
what has he done on the court? Yeah, I don't.
Tristan still plays. Well, I know one field he still plays in, but Tristan,
and he will forever play in that field, honey. Like, it's
a
plethora of options. So,
but let's go to some of the positives. We do see some professional athletes that have amazing relationships,
absolutely,
and very supportive spouses. You have LeBron and Savannah. LeBron has been in the limelight lately. He became a billionaire.
Yes.
He has broken records. I mean, all-time leading scorer. I mean, LeBron is doing his thing. And he has a beautiful, supportive wife that stays out the way.
Love her. And
out of the tabloids or whatever. Raising two handsome young men. Because they going on to play basketball at this point.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe they both have the skill set to do it.
So
I feel like certain women, and you and I have kind of had a general conversation, like how certain women are groomed for certain things. I feel like Savannah is one of those women that was groomed to be that support, but not be on Front Street.
Right.
Because let's be honest, like, this couple has been together since they were teenagers.
Correct.
They have become completely different people since the time they've gotten together. Like, I feel like every 10 years you change. And if you're not changing, what are you doing? Because, honey, you're not the same in your 20s, your 30s, or your 40s, or your 50s. This young lady has been riding with this young man since he was in his teens.
Right. I feel like somebody pulled her to the side when she was young and said, hey, because, I mean, let's be real. Everyone was looking at him in high school.
This is true.
He got drafted out of high school. So somebody probably pulled that young lady aside, told her to look at the big picture. This is your man. You be supportive. And I felt like that stuck with her, which is amazing. And she could be his good luck charm. It is important to have a strong person behind you. Like, look at and of course we don't want to just talk about the gentleman. We look at Serena. She has a very supportive husband. Yeah, she has a supportive husband. And then you have, on the other end of the spectrum, you have people that don't seem so supportive. I know Layla Ali had some struggles with in her relationship over time. Especially when you have like your spouse being like a manager or something like that. It's kind of hard to go through with that. Kind of hard to deal with those two different relationships wrapped in one.
Very true.
But just like I said, LeBron has a good luck charm. What about in the past? Let's look at the past. So Tony Romo was in a lovely relationship with a young singer. And everyone swore up and down that this young lady ruined his career. I'm talking about the lovely Jessica Simpson. And what is that's a lot of strain on a relationship.
Honey, I am never going to be a Cow Turds fan, but I saw the change in Romo or he got with Miss Simpson, honey. And I was like, honey, I would never agree with anything the cowgirls have to say. But honey, it might be this young lady may not be for the betterment of this team. Honey, like it just seemed like his career just went here and ding, 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 ding.
Ooh.
And I was just like, whoa, like maybe it does matter the spouse that you have in regards to who is supporting you, because that affects your game on and off the field. And clearly with Romo, it was affecting his game on the field, honey. Like you could tell there was a major difference. Like, let's talk recently. Look at Brady.
Ooh. Because I talk about him often on this show this whole season.
Look at Brady. Giselle is gone now, honey. This man's whole life is just falling apart.
I saw him.
He looks like your homeless uncle that sleeps in the garage. Like
he might be, because I mean, Giselle and the kids are gone. He didn't get but so far in his season. He didn't. This season was not a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Once Giselle's gone, Brady's kind of gone.
Well, according to him, he's officially he said he's officially retiring. This is
what is he gonna do with his life?
Probably chase after Giselle, honey.
Because I mean, real talk, Giselle wanted him to retire already. You didn't, and now she gone, and now you gave up Giselle and the kids for football, and now you can retire and you're all alone.
Honey. And he needs to think about the lasting effects that's going to have on his body. Like, this is why certain players cut it off at a certain age.
Right.
Like, look at the ceremony with LeBron when he, made the shot or whatever, and he surpassed Kareem. Yeah. Look how slow Kareem was moving.
I mean, Kareem's old though, Coco.
But he was like,
he was doing shade for the whole
time. I was like, did somebody get him out of a respite home? Like, what is? Okay,
so you looking for his walker?
I just feel like Brady is not going to be walking upright much longer. Like, honey,
yeah.
This is why you need certain people in your circle. You should not have gotten rid of Giselle for whatever reason you guys decided to divorce after decades of marriage. And I think they had like 2 kids. I think
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
But for whatever reasoning, and maybe it was like Giselle, like, look, if you don't, finally retire, I'm going to go. But then it's like, if she gone, why would you decide now to retire? Like, you ain't got nobody to go back to.
His season.
Unless you got side pieces, maybe we don't know about you.
Well, them side pieces ain't do him no good. He sucked this season.
But see, maybe, you know what? Here's the thing. I've heard like certain like top performing athletes don't engage in like any before like big games because
yeah.
they need to be laser focused.
So you think he was doing
so maybe he was feeling like, look, with Giselle out of my life, I need to show her that I can get on. But maybe he needed that, occasional stroking every once in, because it looked like he was turning. He had like, I honestly thought he had like Benjamin Button syndrome. Like,
you know
I'm not
Coco,
Coco, honey,
you already in the corner. I can't send you to the corner. You done call that man Benjamin. He do look bad though. I mean,
honey, he
out of nowhere though. Like I feel like
just out of nowhere. I was like, wait, that's not,
because that's the Brady who, you got to think about it like this. He lost his wife and kids, and his season was awful. That man was out there having temper tantrums. He was cussing everybody out.
Honey, he wasn't happy.
And he looked bad.
He really did.
All right. So some of y'all heard this already. Giselle claims to have been doing rituals to get him to win in the past, before each game or before he traveled or whatever the case may be. I don't think Giselle stopped doing rituals. It's just they changed a little bit. So maybe these rituals are not beneficial to Tom. Because she's from Brazil and they got stuff going on down there. So what if that's the case? And then she living her best life. She looking better. She with her little jiu-jitsu trainer running around.
When Giselle was dating Leonardo DiCaprio, which was roughly about 20 some odd years ago,
something like that. Go ahead.
Has she aged since then? Honey, she looked insane. Like, I feel like you might be onto something with that, because if the source of the power ain't around, why would you benefit from it? This young lady looks the same.
And in 2 seconds, Tom looked 30 years older.
He looked like Benjamin Button syndrome. I was like, yo.
So, when it comes to
like that, my guy.
So for all those who are thinking about it, if you have to choose between your profession or your sport and your spouse, it's probably just better to, choose your spouse. But real quick, let's go on really quickly. I found this article. It's from years ago, and I found it very interesting, right? The article was, they asked the young ladies who were part of this show on E called Wags. Okay. Now, I don't watch reality shows. But that's wives and girlfriends of sports people, right?
Okay.
And I'm sad that I didn't watch it, but I don't watch reality shows. So there's that. But it had a sports undertone. Okay. But let's be real, a lot of these reality shows that have a sports undertone have.
I remember watching, what was that? Loving Basketball?
No.
Yeah, no. Was it? No, not the movie, but the show that come on VH1.
We're terrible.
Girl, we're terrible. And
that's about it. That's all I can tell
you. Yeah, that was and I watched like a couple of seasons of that. And after that, it just became too much, because I'm like, you women are kept women. Yeah. And you're fighting as if you're still in the hood. And it almost made me feel like, well, cheese and crackers, I'm trying to elevate to where you guys are. So what it never changed.
Stop lying. You're not about to elevate to there, because real talk, they have nothing going for themselves other than appearances. And then they go, I'm not saying everyone who marries a professional athlete is that way. However, on these shows, But so these young ladies gave advice. And it was an article, and it was 7 rules for a successful relationship with a professional athlete.
Oh, let's hear this.
Okay. Do you and your man at the same time? Do you and your man at the same time? I don't know how I'm supposed to take that. Do you and your man at the same time?
Okay, so I'm taking that as maybe they have like their own separate life activities or whatever going on. So you're not so focused on his activities as far as his scheduling and
Right.
stuff like that. But at the same time, yes, separating yourself and having your own life, but also making sure that this gentleman is straight. So I kind of get that. Okay.
So
I'm
for
not really mad
everyone,
about that.
so for everyone out here wondering what's going on behind the closed doors and things like that, they're saying that this is how you engage in a relationship with someone who is at a professional level
Mm-hmm.
and be successful at it. So
Okay.
I'm hoping being supportive is on here, but let's see.
We'll see. Because you said it
So
was 7, right?
7. So
Okay.
the first one is be cool. Even though they're like worshipped and all of that, and they're placed on a pedestal, they're just human beings at the end of the day. So it says don't treat them like they're a big somebody because we're all somebodies. So it sounds like they want to humble these gentlemen.
Right.
So be cool about it. I guess,
Okay.
you don't worship him, but you treat him like a regular man.
Okay.
I'm sure some people are going to disagree with that. But they are regular people. Let's be real.
Right.
Okay.
You just have a special skill set.
Right. So
Okay.
whatever. Trust your relationship. And that's similar to the first rule. You have to be secure, which I totally agree.
Completely agree with that.
Don't think about the groupies. Don't think about all that stuff, but be confident in your relationship and in who you are and who they are in your relationship. So would you agree with that? That sounds like it.
Absolutely. Look,
I
here's
these
the
are
thing.
good things total.
Let's have a real conversation right quick.
Mm-hmm.
If a man is making you feel secure in the relationship, if he's providing you with the necessities that helps you to feel like you are the woman in his world, why would anybody else matter? Like, I'm secure in that. He shows me that. He's consistent with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's when a man does not show a woman that he's consistent, that she doesn't feel what her place is, know what her place is. So now she's questioning whether this gentleman is as loyal, true, honest as he says that he is. Again, it goes back
you need
to
to
the
trust
person.
in that.
Exactly. It goes back to the person. Is he giving me what I need to trust in him, that he's going to go out and be gone to 28 cities, and I can trust that even though I know groupies are there, he's not going to partake? If he is loving me the way I need to be loved when he comes home, honey, go get the bag. But when you come back, I need a vacation.
So, and I want to be all inclusive. This is not just, I feel like this list is not really just for women who are dating professional athletes. I feel like that should go for the men too, because think about guys out here. Think about if you were dating Serena, you might want to be cool. You might want to trust her.
You would have to, but I mean, as we all know, Serena is bad body build, honey. And when I say bad body, she's bad. That's what I mean. So I mean, we were all giving her like, yes, honey, like you're giving us the lumps that we want to see.
Right.
But I feel like because of who she is, she didn't entertain any of that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's complimentary to her, but I don't feel like she really fed into any of that. So when I think about be cool, for me, it's like you have to be cool with the fact that there could be some things said about me that may not be appropriate. There could be some pictures that you could see. And again, they're going to chop that up for what they want that to look like. But I need you to understand that's not what that situation was. So you need to be cool in that sense. And I do agree with that. But then that goes back to trust. Do I trust this person enough that when they say to me, hey, this picture is not what it is? Oh, okay. So you didn't have your hand on her booty. Oh, okay. Because it looks like it's there, but you're saying that it's a roundabout way in which it looks like you wrote. Oh, okay.
All right. So number 3, you got to be a ride or die. So they say, because of course these are women talking about the men they were dating. He needs to know that you're in it's 100% because it's not easy being in this life. That kind of goes back to the be cool part. It's not easy for them. Like I said, some of the reasons why athletes get divorces and things like that is because there's a lot of pressure on them. And you got to let them know, hey, I'm here for you. You're a regular person. They have feelings. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they idolize these athletes and they're talking stats and they forget that these are human beings. These are people who have feelings. They have emotions. I mean, think about it. If you're at work, you have the pressure on you all day at work, and you go home and you hear this from your significant other, where does that leave you? Either the relationship's going to fail, you're not going to be productive at work, or maybe even both. Nobody wants to get that pressure on them 24/7. So I completely agree with that. I mean, for me, I would prefer a ride or die. Let's be real. I want to ride or die.
But we talking about from a wife or a girlfriend that's with an athlete, right?
Right. They saying
so for me, I'm looking at it from a different perspective, because ride or die, like, hold up. So if you out here busting down mad joints, you want me to ride with you when you still out here doing that?
Vanessa Bryant. Vanessa Bryant. Ride or die.
Holly Robinson Pete, ride or die. That's the epitome of ride or die for me. Holly Robinson Pete, when she met Rodney, I was like, oh, okay, like I like this match, and they've been together ever since. She's the epitome of ride. But also, Rodney didn't put her in a position that made her look foolish either. You get what I'm saying? Rodney never put her in a position that didn't make her feel like she was the woman. You get what I'm saying? So again, it goes back to the person. How are you making this person feel? Are they secure in your love with them that they can be ride or die for you? You feel what I'm saying? Because see, ride or die to me means like, do I accept all the BS that comes with that? Even though in real life I might not be cool with that, but because you're an athlete, that means that I have to be. You feel what I'm saying? Because I know like this is a plausible situation where it can happen. But I feel like for me, like, no, like I'm not riding for that, because like I normally wouldn't ride for something like that. Like in real life, if somebody was like, yo, I'm busting down, oh, okay, holla back. Holla back. You can keep busting them down, and
you got to be a ride or die. That I'm here.
I said grooming mindset. The mindset has to be there, because you are signing up for something. Like I say that all the time. The women who choose to marry, be engaged to these athletes, you're signing up for that lifestyle. So you have to understand that these groupies are going to be there. You feel what I'm saying? You said that the voice rate was at what, 70%? It's because they wasn't done. It wasn't done, bro.
They were riding that down.
I'm not done. If you out here making me look like whole boo boo the fool, come on now, I can't die for that. Like, nah, I done rode the ride as long as I'm gonna ride it. It's time for me to get off.
Well,
honey, like, come on. Like, when you say ride or die, it does depend on the person. If the person is showing you that they can be, you can be that for them, absolutely, unequivocally do it. If they are giving you like behaviors that show you that, honey, if they are not riding for you and dying for you, why should you be returning the favor or reciprocating that energy when it's not being returned? Honey, no, that's insane. I would have gotten off the ride too. It was okay. I'm gone this way.
What, ma'am? All right. So number 4, we kind of already touched this because that was the title. Do you and your man? So really, they're saying that you can have time to do what you need to do.
Yes, he wants you to have a life outside of his. Like, he doesn't want you to be all up his 24/7. Honey, you got to do something. You was doing something before you met me. I need you to continue to do those things after, but don't do them as if you were single, because we together. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, this is a unit now. So yes, go on and do your classes and, get your business going. Definitely do that, because honey, if you're not dying, you need to make sure you have your own coin so you can move on. You feel what I'm saying?
Ma'am, I need you to stop bouncing. Okay, stop. But look, so they said literally, physically, and mentally. So they want you to have your own identity. And one of them says that she keeps busy. She's a hard worker, and just because she's with somebody where she doesn't necessarily have to work, she can still have her own career. And then another one says, I try to stay busy. And it's a good thing that I'm a model, because it's like, hey, I have groupies too. So you ain't the only one that can go out here and have little groupies all in your face.
But now is it a competition with your spouse now? Like,
I don't know if it is a competition.
I don't like how she worded that. Now I mean I have groupies. Like, so what are we in competition now? Like, I'm confused.
She feels that it's like an equal playing field. So it's like everybody ain't out here all in your face, and I'm just in the darkness. I got people in my face too. So when it comes to popularity or fame, she felt like that they're equal.
She chose to date this young man knowing who he was, correct? Like, am I confused?
She may have been a model beforehand.
Okay.
So, like, look at Tom and Giselle, right?
Okay.
Not only do people know Giselle and they know Tom, but Giselle makes more money than him. So it's like,
I mean, she does. She has.
So that's a factor. So also, it says, know your worth. Which I feel in any relationship, not just one with a professional.
You should know who you are.
You should know your worth. You know, some
you
people
should know you better than the person you're trying to get to know. I'm sorry, because if you don't, then how is that person supposed to get to know you, love you, support you, back you, ride or die for you? You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on. So I completely agree with that. And that goes for men and women, because men tend to lose their worth when they go through a bad breakup or divorce as well. They start to feel like, I wasn't man enough, or I didn't do enough. And it could be that this person was just not for you, or this person just saw you as a matter of convenience, or they felt like they have what I need at the time that I needed it. And so it's not really a lot of hard work that I have to do, because you're already like here.
Yeah. And they talk about knowing that you're good enough for them, because I feel like if you're in a relationship with someone who is a certain caliber, some people may start to look at themselves like, why me? And so it's important to understand that you are good enough for them. That's why they chose you. So
exactly. Are these women approaching them, or are they approaching women? Because I'm like, honey, if he's approaching you, you have to know.
But you got to remember this too. There are some women who set out to get a professional athlete.
Oh, very true. Absolutely.
There are some.
That's their main goal, honey.
Okay.
That is their main goal.
Yeah. So
but here's saying that though, I feel like they are only looking at the small picture. They're only looking at the money factor. You get what I'm saying? They are not looking at the bigger picture and what it means to be signed up for that lifestyle, which is why the divorce rate is high. You get what I'm saying? Because they're just seeing the dollar signs. They're just, looking through it with rose-colored glasses on. They're not looking at the bigger picture like, oh, this gentleman has away games for most of the year. You get what I'm saying? Or he has to do press conferences or press junkets or whatever the case may be. So I feel like for them, it's a temporary thing because, again, he has money. I need that. You're not looking at, oh, we have a genuine connection. I could legitimately love this person and hold him down. No, it's a matter of he got money. You feel what I'm saying? So money. You feel me? So that's how you gonna roll. And for those who move like that, you get what you get, honestly, because honey, if you didn't start with pure good intentions in regards to this man pursuing you, you get what you get in that. Because if he approached you or vice versa, even if I approach an athlete and he accepts that invite, I'm like, oh, okay, yes, honey, let's do what we gotta do. You feel, come on now, like.
But you know what's funny? I will say this. When Dion went over to Jackson State, he did something with the players that I really loved. He had those girls come and talk to them and speak on things to look for, because you have some guys or in some women, but not as much as the guys are targeted to trap. You know, people are trying to trap them.
It's a way out for the young lady. And for those who do have those ill intentions, again, you get what you get in that situation. Because when you come at someone in a very grimy, disrespectful, like, oh, I want to gain something. If you come at that person like an opportunist, because that's what you are, you're going to reap the benefits of that. Some of them are beneficial and some are not. You can't get upset at the game, honey, because you were playing it. You feel what I'm saying? You're mad at the fact that he caught up to your level and he's like, block you. Now what you gonna do?
Oops. So look, this is another one that I feel like, I don't care who you're dating, this is what you need to do. Show them that you care. And then so one of the ladies said, I always think of him first. I always cook a meal. I'm always cooking for the team or baking goods to bring. So I guess she then decided to be the team mom as well as taking care of her husband because she wants to show him that he cares, which everybody should be doing.
Wait, for the team? Because you lost me at
the
team.
No. She bakes goods and brings them in for the team, but for her husband, she's always cooking for him, showing him that she cares, and she says it's the little things that make him feel special.
So baking for the team shows him that?
I mean, think about like when you're a little kid and you know you the one that the mama bought the cupcakes or some candy or something. The kids be like, oh, you know.
No.
I guess she's like, I care about you and your team.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, some guys may not work for him because they might be.
Yeah, that's just coming off a little weird. Like, if you're doing it for me, awesome. Totally appreciate you for it, hon. But if you randomly baking for the squad, so now you for the squad, like, you know, I'm a hood woman. Come on. Now you for everybody, baby. Come on. Now, come on. Yo,
she's not personally giving it
for everybody. Come on, just supposed to be my cookies.
I feel like that's real mom like here, take some for your friends. And
then bake the cookies and give them to your man while he going out the door.
Right, for the team.
I feel like she's showing up with them cookies at the arena, dog. I'm not playing with you. Like, she got a whole table spread with the little napkin and everything, like the little table line and the whole nine. Oh my gosh, guys, come on over.
She sounds like the team mom, like, you know, like the mom who brings the oranges to the practices and stuff like that. That's what it sounds like. It's giving people do that. Like when. And then they'll get together and they'll like all buy like waters for everyone. The kids. Now, I'm not talking about grown people. The kids. Right, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because you love the kids. Okay.
Yeah, and the kids need snacks and juice and water. And
there's other people's kids involved.
Yeah, you rotate. Who bringing the snacks. That's what they do. And the team mom.
Even when it's not your child.
Yes. Huh. So 1 week, if it's not your week to do this, someone else is bringing things
every week.
Your kid.
It's my turn.
You said what?
I'm sick.
I thought you was really coughing. So that was you being sick.
Yes. Ooh.
But there are some moms you got to track down.
I'm untrackable. Because I ain't signed up for none of this. I signed up to bring my kids snacks. Like, I signed up for that. sign up to feed y'all kids. I didn't do that.
So
Like I said, these ladies, and go back to the ladies, like you don't even know what you're signing up for. Like, know what you're signing up for before you decide, like, oh my gosh, he's so handsome and he make money.
So you wouldn't be baking cookies for the team.
Are we talking about the Steelers? Because you know I would. So I mean,
if your man was on the team, would you bake cookies for the whole Steelers squad?
I would not. I'm sorry. That's just weird to me. I do it for my husband. I do it for my husband. Now, if my husband came to me and he was like, yo, bang, that's different. But if you're taking the initiative to feed the squad, I mean, that to me personally, and people can disagree in the chat, and I don't really care if you do. For me, that just comes off a little weird. It comes off like you for everybody. And I mean, like, if you for me, you for me. And I don't want you feeding everybody my cookies, honey, unless I ask you.
I'm not going to ask about no cookies because I'm scared to get the answer. All right, so the number 7. Number 7. Stay on your game.
You have to. Always keep your head on the swivel, honey. Always.
And they say beauty is only skin deep. And they're saying don't get comfortable just because you feel like your man knows you and he ain't going nowhere. Y'all got kids.
What did I say? People change every I want to say every 5 to 10 years. That's what I honestly want to say. People change every 5 to 10 years. You don't know what that person has gone through in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So yes, people change and you have to be adaptable. This is why you have to keep asking, honey, do you love me? Honey, are you still sexually attracted to me? You know, I saw you looking at this blonde the other day. Should I role play for you and dress up as a blonde? Honey, I mean, we got to get into the things of the things. Like if we're going to really get into it.
Stay on top of it.
Stay on top of your game. Yes, honey. I saw that you were looking at this redhead. Come on now. Like the first one says, be cool. You feel what I'm saying? She's being cool about the situation because she's asking. She wants to know. Right. A woman that is comfortable. Look, I got it in the bag. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Oh, honey, you got lots to worry about. Because I just saw your husband in a restaurant with somebody that wasn't you.
Oh, that's difficult, especially on side piece day.
What? And I mean,
so let's wrap this up. We don't want to take too much of their time on side piece day because
side piece day because we know how side pieces get you.
So shout out to these wonderful couples. You have people that are very supportive, and we spoke about Serena and Alexis.
Yes.
Alexis, and we were talking about LeBron and Savannah. We can
Sierra and
Russell. You have Patrick Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes. They still rocking together. Dwayne and Gabrielle.
I love them, even though a lot of people don't.
It doesn't matter. It's still together.
It really doesn't because she supports the out of him, okay, and vice versa. And like they will eat 10 toes down.
No, another couple, Victoria and David.
Oh yes, honey, they've been together forever.
And Carrie Underwood and her husband, Mike Fisher. And Kerry Washington got her athlete.
Yes, she did marry, was he like a tight end or something like that?
I cannot say his name.
Okay. I thought he was on the 49ers for some reason.
Let me see. Let me check.
Either that or New Orleans Saints.
No, not the Saints. Let me make sure. Let me just double check.
Okay, yeah, double check that. I thought I saw that. I thought he played for.
Is he still playing?
He's still playing. He's like a tight end or something.
Yeah, he's been playing since 20.
I know they have 2 kids, and I think
Isabel and Caleb
or something. Yeah.
But
I think he plays for the Niners still. But yeah, they've been together for a bit of a minute, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Well, no, they got divorced. I was going to say the young lady from the reality show, the OC or something like that, Christian Cavallari, and the guy from Chicago Bears.
Okay, so he played for. That's why you're saying that he played for Philly and the 49ers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know about Philly, but I do remember.
And it looks like he's not playing anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right though. They still together, so that's all that matters. Honey.
Indeed. So yeah,
hey, look, let's talk about long-lasting love. I mean, I know we ain't got too much time, but Cookie been holding Magic down.
What?
Since the drop of the A-bomb. And we all know what the A-bomb is. Don't play with me like you don't understand what the A-bomb is. She's been holding that man down since the A-bomb, okay? If you're talking about the epitome of ride and die, it's going to be Cookie MFing Johnson, okay? Because, honey, let you tell me that you got the AI die slow? Excuse?
Yeah, and he
honey, I was out like a light. Out like a
and he apparently contracted that probably on side piece day.
Mm-hmm. Because back then, honey, they were running rampant.
Right. And I'm going to give a shout out. You know, a lot of people probably would look at me sideways for saying this, but Dion and Tracy, because Dion
held him down when Dion was sick. And I totally respected her for that. She could have upped and gathered her coins and went about her merry little way, honey. She said, no, not for make sure your back foot is down, Joe.
And she's at everything that he does. She still works. She still has her career.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw her with Dion, I was like, when did she divorce Babyface?
Apparently in 2005.
It must have been a minute, honey. I was like, when did that happen?
And she didn't start dating Dion until 2012. So
yeah, so it was well, she was with Babyface for forever. Like
they divorced
like from the inception of who Babyface was. I believe
92. Yeah, 92. So yeah,
when he was just that was whip appeal Babyface. Okay, so.
So Tracy, shout out to her and wishing them love. Shout out to everyone watching while we ramble about Side Piece Day. I mean, we're really just talking this sports relationships because of the season.
It's love and sports, baby.
I hope that everyone enjoyed the Super Bowl. All I'm gonna say is Travis Kelce recently broke up with his boo. So just keep that in mind as you're looking at Travis, okay?
Okay.
He recently, and they were so cute.
Oh.
And she's been dragging him in public. So
see, that's another thing I don't like. Like, don't do that. Don't air out the dirty laundry.
Remember the rules.
It did not work out.
Remember the rules them ladies just said?
Yes.
They wouldn't be doing that.
No, they would not. No, they would not. This is why I said you have to be built for that lifestyle. You have to know what you're signing up for. You really have to know, not because it just looks shiny and pretty and you're going to be out here flexing and flossing at these restaurants and these events. You have to know what you're signing up for, like seriously, because it affects how he plays the game. It affects, how my team gets to the Super Bowl. Okay. Yes, I'm talking about the Steelers. Whether you play my team or not, it affects us all. Okay. It's like a trickle down effect. We need you to stop. Seriously.
And you know what? A former quarterback of my team, of course, experienced some embarrassing moments with a wife that he had. I'm talking about RG3, and you guys know that's not my favorite. And when he did the stanky leg on the field, he was having struggles within his marriage as well.
First of all, that was not a well executed stanky leg. I just want to put that on record.
That's what he did. Well, but thank you so much for tuning in to First String Podcast. Yes. We adore you.
Sports edition.
Right. Thank you so much to Steeler Queen Coco.
Honey, I will always show up for Lady A's Takeover. Honey, don't play.
Yes. So definitely check us out tomorrow, Thursday. We're going to have an amazing show as always. So thank you guys. And since Ced's not here, I'm going to go ahead and say, go Dogs.
Hey, back to back. Ain't that what he say?
Back to back.